Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Karma64. How you guys are doing today? And I'm back with another video. And for this video, I'm going to be talking about how me meeting Monica Rial at Fan Expo. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you guys know, but for those of you guys don't know, Monica Rial, she is a popular voice actress, and I guess she probably is somewhat a bit controversial. But I might, but we'll hold on that for for a moment. So yeah, she's a very popular voice actor. She's known for voicing Bulma from Dragon Ball. You know, from Dragon. She's a recent voice actress for Bulma in the Dragon Ball franchise. She voiced the frog kidder from My Hero Academia. I forgot her name, and apparently she's voiced other characters. I forgot, and maybe I think she voiced other Dragon Ball characters, but those are like the main ones I probably know her from. Maybe I probably have heard her voice some other characters I just forgot. But yeah, so she's pretty much a very popular voice actress. You know, she's been doing it for like a couple of years now. I don't know how long, but and her voice of Bulma, I found her voice of Bulma's pretty much okay, fine. I think she first started voicing Bulma like in when they were dubbing Dragon Ball Z Kai or maybe Battle of the Gods. No, I think it was Dragon Ball Z Kai because apparently Tiffany, I think Bulma's original voice actress Tiffany, I think she retired or something. Well, I did ask Monica this when I met her at Fan Expo. Now here's the thing: I met Monica Rial at Fan Expo Boston this year earlier a couple months ago. Apparently, she was one of the many famous people I actually met at a convention this year. Yeah. Yeah. Fun fact. Uh, this I think this is the second time I met Monica Rial. Actually, the first time was in 2016, Anime Boston 2016, and apparently I don't know if I want to say I did meet her. Meet her. Well, I saw her at a panel. Well, I was at a panel where she was doing this panel with Tony Oliver and Patrick Seas. I can't pronounce his last name. Patrick, who he, Patrick, he voiced Scorpion from the Mortal Kombat franchise, as well as Thing. He's the English voice of Dio Brando from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and the English voice of Jared from Dragon Ball Super, and he's the current voice of Savak from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. And apparently, I think he voiced a character from My Hero Academia and a character from Kill la Kill. So yeah, that guy. Yes, yes. So yeah, they were at this panel at Anime Boston 2016. I actually have videos about that panel up on my channel. You could probably look it up. So apparently, I was at that panel. I mean, I did ask Monica Rial a question. Now, listen, I think I asked her two questions. Like, I asked her one, can you do the voice of Bulma? And another one, like, does she like Yamsa? And she said no, she doesn't like Yamsa. She did do the Bulma voice, I think. Yeah. I ended up meeting her again this year at Fan Expo, and she was really, and honestly, she was really nice. She was kind, she was sweet, and I actually told her that I actually meet her, saw her at Anime Boston 2016, where she was doing a panel with Tony Oliver and Patrick Seas. I'm sorry, I apologize. I cannot pronounce his last name for the life of me. I'm really sorry. Uh, but yeah, and also, I kind of, to be honest, guys, when I was at that panel back in 2016, I kind of felt bad for the way I was acting because I felt like I was being disrupted, basically. Because Tony Oliver at that panel, I actually walked up to him and actually shook his hand, basically. So I apparently asked the question, "Hey, which one of you guys worked on Power Rangers?" And Tony Oliver said, "Yeah, that would be me," because I heard one of the staff at Anime Boss said that one of the people in this panel worked on Power Rangers, and I was like ecstatic to see. Oh my God, who I gotta meet this person, and apparently it was Tony Oliver. So once I asked Tony Oliver, he said it was him, and I walked up to Tony Oliver and I actually shook his hand, and I said like, yeah, shout out to Jason and Frank. And he said, sure. And also, I told him, you also tell Jason David Frank to let go of his grudge against Austin St. John. He was like, I don't know about that. Yeah, that was kind of dumb of me, honestly, to say that. And honestly, also later on, I did ask, hey, can you guys like sign these papers? And Tony was like, no, not yet, maybe later. But the truth is, guys, I felt like I was being very disrupted at that panel, honestly. Like, I kind of felt bad for the way I was acting, honestly. I mean, well, keep in mind, the truth is, guys, that was actually my first time at a panel ever, basically. So, I was just, being all over the place. I was like, oh my God, I'm actually meeting actual voice actors. Awesome. And I met the guy who made Power Rangers. Like, I kind of felt bad for the way I acted when I went up to Tony Oliver and I just shook his hand. If I ever meet Tony Oliver again, I'll probably will apologize. And if I probably startled him and make him feel uncomfortable when I did that. And apparently, I think that video is still up on YouTube, so you can probably check it out. I'll probably leave a link in the comment for it below. So I don't know if Patrick and Monica if they felt uncomfortable when I approached Tony Oliver and shook his hand, or maybe not really. But back with the whole Monica Rial, like and when I met her again at this year at Fan Expo, I apologized to her. I told her, hey, I won't. You probably don't remember, but when you were at this panel at Anime Boston 2016, you were two other voice actors. I felt like I was being disrupted, and but I told her it was my first time at a panel. I was just being, I was just being aesthetic and such. Like, I kind of felt bad for the way I acted, and I apologized. And Monica was like, "Yeah, no worries." She said, "Oh, we do this for you guys. You guys are the fans and such." Yeah, and all that stuff. We don't. So, and Monica Rial, when I met her, she was pretty nice. She was actually pretty sweet. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough money to get a photo with her or an autograph or film a video for her saying a certain line with one of her characters. I did get to hear her say, speaking Bulma's voice. That was pretty cool. That was pretty awesome. So that was something like that. Like Fan Expo, I actually came for the last day because for the last day it's cheaper, and apparently during the last day there's not many people like around meeting some of the famous special guests over there. John Cena, he actually came to Fan Expo Boston this year, but he only came for the second day. Unfortunately, I never got to meet him. I got to meet other voice actors. I got to meet Sonny Strait, who voiced Krillin. He got to do the voice of Bardock and Krillin and Oopsa as well. I met Ian Sinclair, who did the voice of Torgon, and I think I asked him to do the voice of Whis as well, and a couple other voice actors, famous celebrities. I even met the voice actor for Barney the Dinosaur, and he was a really nice man, a really gentleman. So I'm gonna do some more videos where I talk about other famous people I met at Fan Expo Boston this year. Uh, so I might do more videos like that. So, Monica Rial, yeah, meeting her, it was pretty nice. She honestly, she was a sweetheart. Honestly, a really nice person, and she was nice enough to do the voice of Bulma for me. And Bulma, she does a good job being doing the voice actors, voicing characters. And she mentioned that Tiffany, the original voice actress for Bulma, I guess mentioned that I think something that Tiffany wasn't able to continue voicing Bulma, like from when they were starting to dub Dragon Ball Z Kai and then continue dubbing Dragon Ball onward with the movies Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Superhero, Dragon Ball Super Bro, Dragon Ball Superhero onward, and I guess with Dragon Ball Daima because I guess I think maybe Tiffany she moved or something. I don't know. I forgot what Monica said, but somewhere down the lines I think that she couldn't do anymore. Oh well, that's fine. But sometimes replacement voice actors are fine. Sometimes I mean, Linda Young, who was the original voice of Freezer, she no longer voices Freezer anymore. But I mean, it's okay for some other people do it. Maybe Linda, maybe she's not able to do it anymore, or maybe she just decided she didn't want to come back or something. I don't know. Voice actors, sometimes there are many reasons why they don't return to voice certain characters anymore. Yeah, yeah. Meeting Monica Rial was pretty awesome and pretty fun. She's a nice person and a pretty sweet person. Like, sure, I don't know her in general, but I only met her one time. Met her like I guess like second time. So, but I don't really know her outside like in her personal life and such. So I don't know. But she seemed like a nice person when I met her. Now, also, here's the thing. Like I said, I did mention this earlier in the video that Monica Rial is possibly is like very controversial from what I heard from certain people, for things, and there are some people that don't like her for many different reasons. Like one thing, for example, like I'll say like this is like the huge elephant in the room, like the whole Vic Mignogna situation thing. Now, for those you don't know, Vic Mignogna, he's a another popular voice actor. He's known for voicing. He was the original Broly in the Dragon Ball franchise. He voiced Edward Elric, and he's voiced many other characters. You know, from JoJo, Sonic the Hedgehog. From what I heard, I don't know what Sonic character he voices though. So yeah, he's had an interesting career in voicing anime, and apparently he was also the voice of Shark from Yu-Gi-Oh! XL in the Bang Zoom dub that never got released. So apparently, back in 2019, when Dragon Ball Super Broly came out, apparently he had some allegations come out against him, and apparently Monica Rial was one of the people that actually came with allegations against him. Her and Jamie Marchi and maybe a couple others. I think Chris Sabat has come out and said some stuff about him. So yeah, and Vic Miana, he was fired from Funimation after they launched like an investigation against him. And apparently now there have been other allegations coming out against Vic, other people that have uncomfortable experience with him, saying that Vic Mignogna sexual assaulted them and done all these terrible things to him and all this stuff. Now, I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. The whole Vic Mignogna situation, I really have no idea what happened there. Vic Mignogna, I did, enjoy some of his work. And to be honest, when I heard about some of these allegations that come out against him, I was like, damn, that's just harsh. Really? Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna let you guys know, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I'm gonna let you guys know. I am on no side at all. I'm not on the I stand with Vic, and I'm not on the kick Vic group. I am not on either side because I'm not gonna get involved in the whole situation because we don't really know what's true and what's not true. Now, sure, there have been a lot of evidence, like saying that Vic did all these things, but I'm gonna be honest. But then there have been some of those allegations have kind of been debunked by many people. There are some people saying, "Oh, Vic Mignogna is innocent," and there are some people saying that Vic Mignogna is guilty and stuff like that. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm on either no party. I don't know if Vic Mignogna is innocent or guilty. Could he be innocent? Absolutely. Could he be guilty? Absolutely, maybe so, but we don't know. Apparently, like he sued Funimation, he took them to court, and I think he lost. You know, and like so I'll be honest, there actually were times where I have gone on other live streams and asked other YouTubers their thoughts about the whole situation, and there are some people saying that Vic Mignogna is a terrible person, stuff like that, and there are some people saying that Vic Mignogna is innocent. So, but to be honest, guys, I am on no party honestly because I don't know what really happened honestly, and we don't know, and we probably never will know. Like the whole Vic Mignogna situation is kind of like a civil war. Like a civil war, like the I Stand with Vic crew and the Kick Vic crew. It's like Team Captain America versus Team Iron Man. You don't know which side is right and which side is telling the truth. You know, it's kind of hard to say at this point, honestly. But like Vic Mignogna, apparently, he is still allowed to come to some conventions, from what I heard. You know, apparently there are some people that support Vic Mignogna and think he's innocent. And there are some people that think he's guilty. Now, if you guys think Vic Mignogna is guilty, you guys are against him, you think he's a scumbag, he should go away. Okay, that's fine. That's your opinion. Now, if you guys think he's innocent and you stand with him, that's totally fine. Honestly, me, I'm kind of in the middle. I don't really know what to believe. I don't know which side is right. And like Monica Rial, she has kind of said some stuff about Vic Mignogna. I don't know if they're true, but you know, it's just that yeah, the whole Vic Mignogna situation. I'm probably not gonna get into it anymore. I'm not gonna get into it, and I probably won't be asking other people their thoughts on that because different people are giving their thoughts on the situation, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of people dislike Monica Rial, and apparently there are other people that also dislike her for other things as well. I think she goes after like the kick, like the Ice with Vic crew. No, that's exactly from what I heard. That's from what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think other stuff. But that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people don't like her. But you know what? Vic, voice actors. We understand. We need to understand that they're regular people at the end of the day. They're just people that's doing a job and job they get hired to. In their personal lives, they can be scumbags and they can be terrible people. They can be douchebags. But I think maybe it's okay to someone enjoy their work. It depends on how you view that voice actor or famous person in general. You know. So Monica Rial, despite that, I still, despite this, like if it is true that she did all these things and she's a terrible person or not really, but I still enjoy her work. And honestly, I think it is a good thing that I didn't bring up the whole Vic Mignogna situation when I met her at Fan Expo. And honestly, I wasn't really going to do that, honestly, to be honest. But I'm just saying it's a good thing I didn't mention it because, I don't want to get in trouble or anything or have her ask security to escort me out. And like, again, I'm not the Vic Mignogna situation. I Now apparently it's old news now because I think it's done and over with. Like again, I'm not on either side because I don't know what happened. I don't know who to believe honestly, so I'm just gonna stay out of it. I'm just gonna be completely clear. I'm staying out of it. I have. I'm not gonna take a side because I'm just gonna be neutral and just stay out of it. And some guys, and if you guys like Vic and Rihanna, that's fine. If you think he's innocent, that's fine. Like I said before, and if you think he's guilty, that's fine. Whatever. But and when you meet voice actors at conventions, sometimes it's always best to just go there, meet them, have friendly conversations with them, and have fun. And don't bring up any drama and stuff like that. All that drama you put that somewhere else. You go to convention, you have fun, have a nice experience, and all that. That's always what's important. So yeah. So yeah, and other than that, Monica Rial, she was a pretty sweet person. It was nice meeting her. She's a great voice actress, and I wish her the best luck with her career and stuff like that. You know, so Monica Rial, I doubt you're probably going to be watching this, but if you ever do, congratulations on you. You're fantastic voice actress. You go, girl, and you have support all the way. So yeah, I had, and that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. It's fun meeting Monica Rial. I'm gonna make some more videos of me meeting other famous people at Fan Expo this year. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. Hope you guys like it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. And then more videos coming up in the future. This is Comrade 64 signing out. Also, and one more thing. For those of you who don't like Monica Rial, for those you like, and for those of you that probably do, because I'm pretty sure there's some people that side with her on the Vic Mignogna situation, and there's some people that are against her because the whole Vic Mignogna situation. What do you guys like her, or don't like her? Try to remember. Most for those that don't like her, if you guys ever see her at a convention, just be nice, and don't bring up the whole Vic Mignogna situation or any drama things. Like I said earlier, conventions are where people go to have fun and all that stuff. And if there are some voice actors that you don't like and you think are very controversial and such, when you see them at a convention, just be nice to them because sometimes you don't know the whole story with them, like if they're really controversial or not. They probably are, or they probably could be. I guess depending on the situation, depending on you look at them. Or if you don't like that voice actor, then you don't have to say anything to them. You can just pass them and just go by. But if you ever meet some voice actors at conventions, just be positive and don't bring in negativity and try to be rude to them. Even though if it's a voice actor, you feel like there's something terrible and such. Well, it depends on the situation. But my bad. Sorry, I must see myself. But yeah, like you guys ever see Monica Rial? For those who probably don't like her, and you see her, just be nice to her. Be kind. Or if you don't like it, you don't have to say anything to her. Just walk by. Sometimes conventions, like I said, conventions are just for fun. So put all that drama away and just have fun. Yeah, yeah. I just want to put that out. Well, that's all. So yeah, this is Commerce 64. Later, guys.